And it is fair to say that it has become somewhat controversial in parts of our community. And I think we're in an interesting transition at the moment with Australia Day. I think as a country, we are going through a process where different parts of our community are wanting to treat Australia Day differently. I don't know what the end point's going to be. What I'd say is there's no single rule here.
Please. Caroline, he claims Australia is in a transition when it comes to Australia Day. What does this tell you?
Well, that there was him not actually really wanting to say anything. He's like, let me just talk for a few minutes and let me say some words without pinning my colours to the mast anywhere in particular, and hopefully no one notices. Of course, things change all the time. I don't think there's ever been one particular way that Australians celebrate Australia Day, but what I do know is that we have definitely, and Daniel Molina may be a little slow to the take, but plenty of other people who have been very fervent in attacking Australia Day previously, post the Voice referendum, have ameliorated their comments. Let's just put it that way. We don't want to have this argument. We just don't want to talk about it. People just want to get on with it. People have got much more important things to worry about in their lives than have an argument over Australia Day. I think the other thing that people have realised, Danica, is that changing the date is actually going to not make any difference. People with a grievance will still have a grievance regardless of what you do to try and make whatever situation it is better. So I think the best thing is we all just get on and celebrate January 26th and let the haters hate.
I completely agree with you. And interestingly, Peter Dutton says today those in charge of businesses who are choosing to boycott Australia Day celebrations should reconsider which country they choose to live in. This is what he said.
If they're embarrassed by our country, then don't live here. And let's be proud again of who we are. And we must live under one flag. I mean, this shouldn't be controversial either. If we are asking people to live under different flags, how can we be united as a nation?
Evelyn, is he right?
Yeah, look, nobody has to blindly support everything that their country does or has historically done. But what we are talking about here is throwing disproportionate and dishonest shade and shame on the ancestors of the majority of Australians. Those who built this nation into what it is today, the benefits of which we still all enjoy, including the haters. So in that sense, he's absolutely correct, although considering what recently happened to Pauline Hanson, I'm not sure we're allowed to say it out loud anymore, but honestly, he's just saying what every Australian who loves this country is thinking. And this is a fantastic saying that I once heard, and it's very simple, and it's exactly what we should all be doing. You either love the country you live in, or you live in the country you love. Full stop.
Spot on. I mean, that is perfectly summarised. You're right. In the end, you should be proud if you live here. Why not be proud, and why not feel ashamed to show it? I completely agree. Now, look, let's talk about this next topic. It's